Welcome back to another scary video from the files of Unsolved Ghost Stories. This video features the final video in a 3-part series of scary video compilations. This one will really creep you out, so don't miss a single moment or you might miss something bone-chilling. Number 9. Head-turning creepy doll. If you hate dolls, then you may want to stay away from this one as it is extremely disturbing. A girl has been playing with her doll when the following occurs. Watch out for the doll or you'll miss it.
And Kaliana, how is this video to you? Good? Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Kaliana. You are a good sport. So, Kaliana, what?
While she plays with her doll, it moves its head all by itself. Even though it's possible that the doll has a built-in feature that allows it to move, the way she reacted to seeing this suggests that it wasn't one. The viewers seem to agree and think it is haunted. Is it really haunted? Let us know what you think. Number 8. High School Whispering Ghost. This high school ghost where my husband works nights was built in 1877. He has always told me that it is haunted and that he has seen and heard strange things. Since the schools have been closed since COVID, things have been a bit strange. They had some construction workers in one night, and one of them was freaking out because he kept hearing someone whispering in his ear. He didn't seem to believe my husband when he said that the school was haunted. Later, one of my husband's colleagues noticed something in his peripheral vision and took a picture of this. This is what he captured. It's that kid who always sleeps in class and no one wakes him up. But seriously, this photo makes no sense. We can't help but believe that the school's history could explain the image. I must admit, this is one creepy photo. Number 7. Pirate Ship Ride Ghost. On a pirate ship ride at a fair, a group of friends captures a disturbing moment on camera. The person who caught this wrote that before visiting this fair, they had heard about a woman who tragically died after falling from one of the rides. That was many years ago, and this video was taken at around 10 p.m. in 2008. Here is what was captured. Pay close attention to the background so that you don't miss anything. Four people sit next to each other at first, but a few seconds later, one person is absent. It appears that the passenger on the left has vanished. He doesn't know who she is and still doesn't know today. In spite of this, he cannot help thinking that this woman might possibly be the one who died tragically at the fair many years ago. Some viewers have pointed out that in a couple of frames her face looks injured. Well, that's creepy. But of course, what's your take? Was it a ghost or was it all an illusion? Number 6. Bathroom Creeper Ghost. A creepy event takes place within the bathroom of Marlene White. She posted the video along with the text-to-speech voice she uses to explain what's going on. It was terrifying for her as she had only one baby at her house since the others were with grandma. Her baby can clearly be heard crying in the living room. When she was on the toilet, she felt like someone was watching her. Since the day she took a picture with her dad by the door, she has been on edge, so she turned on the camera and began recording.
The hell is this? I only have one baby at my house today, the rest of them are with grandma. You can clearly hear my baby in the living room crying. I was on the toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record. This is not my dad. I don't know what it is. I know you seen it move before and after, I gasped.
Who are you? Hello?
It wasn't her father. It almost looked like someone is inside. It could be one of her kids, but Marlene dispels this notion by showing us how it would actually look if one of her children stood inside.
Please. Shut the door. Dang, you colorful, boy. Okay, you can get out. Come here, child. This is literally what you guys want. Like,
Viewers can't help but think this might have been a ghost. But what do you think? A ghost or an illusion? Number 5. Taiwanese Hospital Ghost. Emax is a YouTube ghost hunter who explores abandoned places. He recently explored an abandoned hospital in Taiwan and found strange activity. In an attempt to capture more activity, he revisits that same hospital, and he is able to capture more than he expected. Emax was no doubt spooked, but all of this pales in comparison to what happens next.
Holy shit.
Coming back to this place might have upset the ghost who haunts it. By repeatedly slamming the door, it seems that it was irritated by Emax's return. When activity like this occurs, you wonder whether a poltergeist is at play, or if something else is going on. But what do you think? Number 4. Baby Monitor Ghost. Laura Honken shared the following video of something creepy captured on her baby monitor. Her daughter is lying in her crib when Laura suddenly feels unwell. As she rushes into her daughter's room, she notices she's fine, but is unaware that something was recorded on her baby monitor just before she entered the room. At the time of the recording, no one was upstairs. This is what was recorded.
All night was this. 28-7, Kentucky threatening to go up even more. And he's well aware of the outside noise, the rumors, the rumblings, the pressure. He said, listen.
A pair of legs appear to have been caught on camera. In response to this creepy footage, Laura made this follow-up video.
and then I told him, I had a bad feeling, and he decided to get on the iPad and look back to see, if there was anything that went on. And what do you know? After I had put her down to sleep and had left the room, probably about 5 minutes later, that there was legs that were walking. It looked like legs that were walking out of her room, and her window is locked. There's no other entrance to that room, literally, and you never seen nothing going in. It just was legs going out. You seen me come in, come out, and then you see those legs go out, and then you see me come upstairs to get her and go out.
The legs were moving. There were legs that were walking out of her room, and her window was locked. There is literally no other way into that room, and you've never seen anything go in. It was just legs walking out. Laura is unsure of what to make of this. It's strange because the incident appears to have happened out of nowhere, as there were no signs of intruders in the daughter's room. Given that squatters tend to hide in attics and basements, it is possible a squatter was living in the house, so perhaps that's where they came from. But of course, you'll be the judge for this unsolved ghost story. Was it a ghost or something else? Watch the clip again and decide for yourself. Number 3. Mimicker Ghost. You are about to watch a video posted by Andy Winehouse, who recorded it in a follow-up video. Andy is in total shock and can't comprehend the incident that took place inside his home, as you can see from the video. Luckily, He was able to record this incident in case no one believed him. Apparently, Andy is uncertain what to do after things got weird last night and he had to sleep in his car. Here's what he caught.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. What I told you. Come here.
Andy can rest assured he's not going insane, as the video shows that someone or something mimics his voice. If something supernatural was caught on camera, it's up to you to decide. Andy is certain that he did, but for now, the video remains a mystery and could be interpreted in many ways. This is why it is part of the Unsolved Ghost Stories series. Number 2. Fitness Poltergeist. Someone is alone in a gym when something terrifying happens. Emily Ruiz, who suggested the video, wrote that words cannot describe what she saw. It appears the person in the video obtained the recording from the gym and sent it to a friend who was heard speaking on the recording. This is what was recorded.
Esta es la segunda toma, esa es ya la segunda. Hay unas cosas que no se ven en la primera toma. Hay unas cosas, mira mamá, digamos al inicio se ve, vea, las cuerdas ahí, pero pille eso no lo vimos en la primera toma, o sea, eso no se vio en la primera toma.
Ahí se ve más,
estas son unas cuerdas que están colgadas a esa estructura y se ven más duro. Y que sí, la ventana está abierta, o sea, sí, podemos decir que es el aire, pero entonces, ¿cómo explicamos la caída? Ahí la ola se mueve. Ahí la ola.
Sí, no, Dios mío, eso ya no es normal. No, y mire como, no, no es terrible, no, sí, no, Dios mío.
Entonces,
hay que pedir a alguien que nos recomiende a dónde.
This terrifying encounter left those who saw the footage unsettled. This person is being peeked at the start of the video. Perhaps you missed it. It's worth mentioning that another camera recorded this from a different angle. Seeing this footage, we can see that the facility has open windows. The ropes may have been moved due to the wind outside. However, the towel on the box should have also moved if the ropes are moving on their own. There is also the possibility that the wind could play a role in the ball's movement. To move something this heavy would take more than just a gust of wind. However, what's more bizarre about this footage is how the person is dragged across the floor. He may have been moving his body in such a way as to suggest that he was being dragged. If we look closely at the scene, it appears he was jerked in a manner that is almost impossible to do on one's own. Other things in the video remain questionable, including lights turning off on their own. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Your input is helpful to us as we try to solve some of our paranormal ghost files. Number 1. Selfie Ghost Photobomber. At home, Katrina Pariso took a photo of herself. As the house was empty, she had it all to herself, or so she thought. It was only after she took a selfie that she realized she wasn't alone. Here's the photo she took. At first glance, nothing seems out of the ordinary. You don't realize that someone is standing behind her until you brighten up the image. She swears that she was alone at the time she took this picture, but it appears that she wasn't. Katrina thinks this might have been her brother who died years before who had photobombed her picture. She isn't sure if it's him though, since he has long hair, which he didn't have. Katrina has yet to figure out what this might be. But one thing's for sure, this photo scares her and keeps her awake at night. Thank you for joining us for part 3 of the series, Scary Video Compilations from the files of Unsolved Ghost Stories. Let us know what you think of these creepy encounters in the comments below, and if you would like to see more compilations like this series. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay informed of more creepy videos like this one. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video, if you dare.